Hey everybody, so you have this drone company and you have all these services, but you don't know what to call your services. Well, stick right around and we'll try to figure this out together, all right? My name is Brad, and I like to do drone videos, and I do live streams every single week. If that sounds like something that interests you, go ahead and click the subscribe button and the notification bell just so you get notified in your inbox. Let's get to it. Well, let's see here. You got this drone company, you got some things, and you got to send some invoices. What do you call your services? I shot stuff on your house. I did a shoot for your house. That doesn't quite work. You want to have something that looks professional on your invoice, and don't forget, you want to send an invoice. You want to look professional on an invoice. First of all, if you're in the drone business, how are you invoicing people? Are you invoicing people, or are you just taking cash and saying, oh, hey, cool, that's $150, and they just give you the cash and you walk away? Well, if you're going to grow into a business, you need to send invoices. You need to have an invoice. At least, even if they pay you cash, you can send the invoice and say paid in full on the invoice. How do you send an invoice? I don't want to spend expensive software. It's not that hard. You can use, there's this free software called Google Sheets, which they have templates for invoices and for timekeeping, which is stuff that I do. It's free, and you can send an invoice that way. You can also send an invoice through PayPal. PayPal will take a cut, and so if you bill out $250, they're going to take a percentage of that. Keep that in mind. Maybe build that into your price. Instead of $250, make it $275, and that'll offset the price a little bit. I don't think it'll be a $25 fee, but it will offset their cost just a little bit. So you can do the invoicing. But then, how do you name each service? That's important because you want to make sure you get it right. You want to say, okay, photo shoot of real estate, X amount of pictures, or you don't even have to include the pictures. Photo shoot of real estate, medium, big, how, like under square footage, or you can even charge per square footage, like 15 cents per square foot, 10 cents, but whatever. You say 200 square foot house, $20. How big is your? That's a small house. So if you say, okay, I got a 3,000 square foot house, that's a $300, $400, whatever. Or you can just say, look, this medium house, a photo shoot of a medium house, X amount of dollars, and then video shoot or 4K video shoot, because I would recommend, if you're going to edit the videos, the 4K and the HD, two different prices, but you kind of put in there HD or 4K, and you put in video, and you put in pictures, and you put in whatever, then you put in editing services per hour, and then you say how many hours it took you to edit it. I would recommend only rounding off to the nearest half hour. So if it took you 2 hours and 15 minutes, 2 hours and a half. It's normal. That's a standard business practice. A lot of people round it up to the next hour, where 2:15 would actually equal 3 hours. I do it to the nearest half. So that's what I would recommend. And you have in your editing services, you can say Photoshop services, X amount of dollars per hour, but you want to have it where you say, photo processing. You don't need to say it's Photoshop. Photo processing, real estate photo processing, or model photo processing, or whatever. Now, let's say you're doing construction work and you're doing construction surveys and whatnot. That's a different price rate. So you want to say construction site survey, X amount of acreage, by the acre, and you put your price in there per acre, and it's 15 acres, and then da-da-da-da-da. You go with that. I'm not going to help you set your prices today because that is something that is totally location dependent. It's going to cost more in Chicago than it does in the middle of Wyoming. But you want to name your services inside your invoice, and on your invoice, I would highly recommend you put something at the bottom or whatever. Hey, it was great working with you. I can't wait to work with you again. Something to that effect. And in all invoices, you can do that. And I use PayPal to send my invoices, and they pay through PayPal. It's wonderful. When you get into the bigger construction jobs where it's all real business to business, you better have a little bit better invoicing software. And if you can't afford it, then you're not charging enough. Very simple. If you're doing any kind of mapping, 3D mapping, make sure you say 3D mapping or 2D mapping, because those are going to be two different separate, per acre. And make sure you put in there 2D mapping per acre, something to that effect. But you want to just make it look professional. And I hope this helps you out when you're invoicing, because the invoice is very important to make you look good. You want to have your invoice with your name on it. You want to have your invoice, with an address on there. So anyway, you want these to look professional. The more professional you look, they'll use you again, or they will refer you to other people. This is what the goal is. A good professional invoice helps you grow your business. I know I'm not perfect. I know I probably name things a little bit different than you do. So if you have a better way or a different way of naming things, you go ahead and leave a comment below and tell us how you do things. Maybe there's something about the invoice that I left out and you would like to mention it. Go ahead and leave that in the comments below too. If you like this video, go ahead and click like. If you think someone can benefit from this video, go ahead and share this video amongst other people. And I do have some links down below that you can check out some gear and some other stuff. If you'd like to use that, that would help support the channel, and I would really appreciate that. And until next time, I want everybody to fly safe, and bye!